Hello everyone, this is Suzanne Fairy Parrot with Unruly Guides. And in this video, I just want to show you the basics of formatting, the only formatting that you really need when you're preparing your manuscript for e-publishing. Now I'm going to use an example from one of my clients, Thomas Sedeker. And this is Chapter 1, God's Eternal Purpose. We can see that the Chapter 1 is slightly smaller than the other text, so obviously he wants title tags there. This text is centered, and we have a paragraph tag. Now what I've done is I've turned on this little paragraph thing where I can see all my styles that I have done. Now you notice here, the first thing we're going to talk about is setting the heading tags. Now this chapter 1 is a large text, it's 18 point times new, but he named it title. And when that converts to an EPUB or HTML, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to come in as a paragraph, which means I have to manually go in and fix it all. So you're better off changing this to a heading 1 tag. Now it may change, it might look ugly, it might look bulky, you'll just say this isn't the font I want. That's all a moot point, because what you're doing here is you're preparing the file. You're not designing it. Now if you were designing this for, let's say, a PDF file, then by all means, make it exactly the way you want it to look. But you're not. If you're making it for an ebook, just don't even worry about how it looks right there. For God's Eternal Purpose, I would also make that a heading 1 tag, because for now we want it to pull in so that we can pull it into the TOC, or the table of contents. Now here we have text that is centered. He did set the bold, that's perfect. Stuff that he doesn't want bold is fine. He also has italics set. That's the other type of formatting that you can do in here. But if you look, here's a paragraph here. And what he did after the word prudent, semicolon, he wanted that to drop down because he was visually designing the page. Now when you're doing it for an ebook, text is reflowable. So what happens is if we get these two words left on the next line, then it's going to hook again. So you're going to have these words, and it's going to look like this on the page. So what you do is you never put a hard carriage return unless you really want it. So that really needs to be taken out. And that's perfect now. If you want an extra space after the title, then just go ahead and add one in, and that's fine. Now we're going to come down here. And this is the biggest problem most people have, is setting the first line indent. Now in a lot of the book, he did it correctly. And it should have a little indent up here in the little tab space. You don't want to use tabs. You don't want to use spaces. And what he did here is he used a tab. That's what the little line there means. Okay, that is going to cause a lot of problems. In some areas, some people use tabs, some people just use spaces. And you can see them by all these little tiny dots. What you want to do is you want to set, under format, the paragraph. And we'll say special. Now you notice here there's nothing in here. If you click that, it'll say first line. And that's what you want to do. And it doesn't matter if it's a 1/2 inch, 2 inches, whatever you want. You just go ahead and set it that way and go OK. Now you can see that it indented, but it's a lot farther over than it should be. That's because we have a tab in there. Got to take that out. So if you remember these very simple rules, then your formatting will go a lot easier. And this is very imperative when you're doing it for, let's say, Smashwords. They are very precise in their formatting. So there's really only a couple formatting rules that you need to follow. H1 or heading tags for all your headings. Use centered text. Don't use tabs or spaces to make your indents on your first line. Use the first line indent that's under format. And it might be a little different on Open Office. And you want to make sure that once you format it correctly, because then the file will validate, and that's extremely important. So if you just follow these basic simple rules, you shouldn't have any problem in formatting your file for EPUB or MOBI. If you have any more questions, go ahead and visit unrulyguides.com and send me an email. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.